Hey, welcome back. In this video, we'll do the tail, the arms, legs, spikes, and final assembly of the dinosaur. We're going to start on the tail. In round 1, it's 4 single crochet and a magic ring. In round 2, it's a single crochet and then an increase, and we do that twice to get 6 stitches. Just work slowly here because the magic ring is very small. In round 3, it's 2 single crochet and then an increase, and we do that twice to get 8 stitches. In round 4, we start with 4 single crochet and then an increase and then 3 single crochet. This brings round 4 up to 9 stitches. In round 5, we do 4 single crochet and then an increase and then another 4 single crochet. This brings round 5 up to 10. Round 6 is 5 single crochet and then an increase and then 4 single crochet. This makes 11 stitches in total for round 6. In round 7, we do 5 single crochet and then an increase and then another 5 single crochet. This brings round 7 up to 12 stitches. In round 8, we start with 5 single crochet and then we do 2 increases in a row and then another 5 single crochet. This brings round 8 up to 14 stitches. Round 9 is the last round of the tail, and we start with 6 single crochet and then 2 increases in a row and then 6 single crochet. So the tail should now be shaped like this to fit against the body. Close with a slip stitch and then cut the yarn, making sure to leave a tail for sewing. And now we're going to stuff the tail. Next we are going to do the arms. In round 1, it's 6 single crochet and a magic ring. In round 2, it's a single crochet and then an increase, and we do that 3 times to get 9 stitches. In round 3, we just do 9 single crochet around. Then we can remove the stitch marker and close with a slip stitch. Cut the yarn, making sure to leave a bit of a tail for sewing, and you'll be making 2 of these arms. Now we'll do the legs. In round 1, it's 6 single crochet in a magic ring. In round 2, it's a single crochet and then an increase, and we do that 3 times to get 9 stitches. In round 3, it's 2 single crochet and then an increase, and we do that 3 times to get 12. In round 4, it's just 12 single crochet around. Then we can remove the stitch marker and close with a slip stitch. And cut the yarn, making sure to leave a bit of a tail for sewing. And you'll be making 2 of these legs. Now we're going to crochet the spikes, and I like to make 5 of these. In round 1, it's 4 single crochet in a magic ring. In round 2, it's a single crochet and then an increase, and we do that twice to get 6 stitches. In round 3, it's 2 single crochet and then an increase, and we do that twice to get 8. Then you can remove the stitch marker, close with a slip stitch and cut the yarn, once again leaving enough of a tail for sewing. And you'll be making 5 of these. Now we are going to do the assembly, and I like to start with the arms and the legs, and then do the tail and lastly the spikes. I like to put the arms about 2 or 3 rounds from the top of the neck and in line with the eyes. Take the tail from the magic ring and insert that where you want the arm to go. Now we're going to sew the arm in place using the other tail. First, grab a stitch from the body. Then go up into a stitch of the arm and down into the next stitch of the arm. And then grab another stitch from the body. And you're going to repeat this almost all the way around because we're going to stuff it slightly before we're finished. Now, before I do the last few stitches, I'm going to insert a little bit of stuffing. You can go back and forth under the arm a few times to secure the tail, and then bring it through to the back of the piece to meet the other one. Then you can tie these tails together. Now we're going to do the second arm exactly the same as the first, just making sure that it's symmetrical with the first arm. Now we are going to sew on the legs. I like to put them right at the bottom, slightly inwards of the arms. And we're going to sew it on the same way as the arms, but once again stopping before you reach the end because we need to stuff. And just make sure the second leg is symmetrical to the first. Next we are going to sew on the tail. And the working yarn will be at the bottom and the increases towards the top. Then, just like with the arms and the legs, we first grab a stitch from the body, go up into a stitch of the tail, and down into the next stitch of the tail. Make sure you sew the top of the tail quite high up on the back. This is to give it a more seamless look. Then you can insert that yarn tail into a few places on the body to secure it. Lastly, we are going to do the spikes, and I like to do one right on top of the head, and then another two on the head, one on the back, and one on the tail. First, I like to take the tail from the end of the spike and get rid of that step over there by going into this stitch over here. And then going into the stitch next to it. Now we can sew on the spike. Take the tail from the magic ring and insert that at the top of the head. Then we can sew the spike on exactly the same way as the other pieces. And now the rest of the spikes you'll sew on exactly the same way. And here is the completed dinosaur. Thanks so much for watching this dinosaur tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell.